So Casey's a CNA. I think we're all forgetting that. Casey is a CNA. So Casey is a CNA. You don't have to go to school to be. Casey he has a certificate. Casey is a CNA. I wouldn't even call that a license. You got to do more for your driver's license than a CNA. Casey is a CNA. TT is a nanny. TT is a nanny. The only place I know you got to go to school to be a nanny is the UK. Let's all collect the CNA. Would you fuck with a CNA GNA? I wouldn't fuck with a CNA GNA. I know I wouldn't. Cry over a CNA? Oh, that's where you losing me, Anaya. That's where you lose. You don't even I would cry more over a nigga with a driver's license than a CNA certificate. Like, if we being fucking for real. Let's get it together.
So somehow the conversation about Anaya and Casey has drifted so far from Love Island that now we are job shaming Casey. And I don't like Still I Rise just as much as the next person, right? He gets on my nerves. He's disturbing to watch. But I do not like the fact that people are job shaming him for being a CNA. I ran into one video. One girl was like, it's more to get your license than it is, your driver's license, than it is to get your CNA certification. That's just not true. That's just not true. Okay? They offer CNA certifications at 2-year colleges where you actually go and take classes and you test and get a state board. I know you're trying to be funny, but I don't think job shaming is funny, especially in the political climate that we're in. And maybe I'm going too far with it. Maybe I'm reading too deep into it. But I don't like when people err on the side of classism. You know what I'm saying? And I know Melanie was all but saying shit like that when she was talking to Anaya. You know, like, you're too good for him. Why you want to build somebody? You this, that, and the third. Whatever the case may be. I understand Anaya grew up completely differently from Casey, and they would have never crossed paths in the real world. Never, ever. Right? But I don't really like the job shaming of the CNAs because it's really hard to be a CNA. You're doing the Lord's work as a CNA. I'm not going to let y'all do the CNAs like that. That's all.
So we're job shaming Casey now? Now it's bad that he's a CNA? What happened to you want to see black men doing better? Yeah, I think y'all forgetting that this man only 23 years old. What happened to you want to see less black men going to jail? You want to see black men hopping into a career path. You want to see black men doing something with their life. And now you're job shaming them. Some of y'all don't want to see black men do better. Some of y'all don't want to see young black men try to do something with their life. Some of y'all running around with narratives that Casey was jealous of Anaya. How? Casey was not going there to try to be no kept man. He don't care about Anaya family having millions of dollars. He took his own path. What are we talking about? Like, some of y'all be so fanned out about a person that you'll even start spinning narratives and trying to make another person look bad, and that's just stupid, bro. But to job shame a 23-year-old black man, he ain't out here being no criminal. He ain't out here getting into no trouble. He a CNA trying to make something out of his life, and you're job shaming him for that.
I don't know if anybody else feels like this, but I'm at that point in my life where I could wake up, not talk to anyone at all, go throughout my whole day, my whole daily routine, go to the gym, go get groceries, be on my phone, read a book, whatever, go to sleep peacefully without talking to not one person. And I don't feel affected at all. I actually feel the most at peace sometimes. And I don't know if that's good. I know it's a good thing, but I'm kind of getting attached to it. I ain't gonna lie. And I'm kind of becoming less dependent on human interaction like that. I don't know if it's just me, but I just feel like I don't really need anyone like to validate how I feel or make me feel better. Obviously, it'll just be an addition, but I'm good where I'm at right now. I think that's the best way to explain it.
Very quickly, because real talk, I haven't watched the entire season myself. There are way too many episodes. Yes, my husband is white.